Hey, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Tasty Tuesday. Today I am making beet burgers. This recipe is based off of Minimalist Baker's recipe, so check the video description down below for a link to her blog. So today I'm modifying this recipe by rounding everything way up, so I'm like doubling or tripling the recipe, I'm not really sure. Just using up all the veggies we have, and then I'm trying to use up some of the seasonings we have too. We have some left in packets still. I'm just gonna be throwing it all in there, mixing it up, and then baking as many patties as we can. So to make this recipe, you need beets, finely grated, 1 small onion, finely diced, a handful or 2 of finely chopped mushrooms, 1 can of beans, or 1 to 2 cups of bean puree, more on that later, 1 cup of cooked rice, a teaspoon each of ground cumin, coriander, and oregano, black pepper to taste, 1 to 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and then I'm not sure how much of this we'll use today, but we need something to bind it together. So I have a 1/3 cup of corn flour and about a 1/3 cup of oat flakes set aside. So quick note on the bean puree. Basically last night I tried to soak dried split peas with some baking soda because I read online that adding baking soda to the water will soften the beans and make them cook faster, but I added way too much baking soda, so they basically just fell apart when I tried to cook them, so I was left with this bean puree, so that's what I'm using in the recipe today. So next time when I'm cooking dry beans, I'm gonna try just like a pinch of baking soda. Yeah, because the baking soda makes the water softer, so it like breaks down the bean skin, so it makes them cook faster. So it does work, but if you add too much baking soda, they just fall apart in the end. So I have everything prepped out here in different stages. First, we're gonna saute the onions and mushrooms in a little bit of water. Once those are cooked, then we'll mix in everything else. We have our shredded beets here, rice, beans, seasonings, and soy sauce. And then at the very end, we'll add in corn flour and oats, depending on how sticky it all is. Saute the onions over a little bit of water on high heat for around 5 minutes until they're translucent or see-through. And add in a little more water if they start to stick. All right, the onions are looking good, so I'm gonna add in the mushrooms. And then just continue to saute for a couple minutes until the mushrooms are soft. All right, these are looking good to me. I'm gonna turn off the heat, move them aside. Since I'm using leftover rice, it got kind of hard in the fridge, so I'm just gonna break it up and add it right into the pot with the hot onions and mushrooms, and that way it'll soften up a little bit. So after this is all mixed up, then I'm just gonna start adding in everything else. So I'm just breaking up the chunks of rice. So even though the rice was a little dry, it's still mixed up okay. Let's add in the beets first. You know what, maybe I am gonna transfer it to this bowl. I think it would be easier to mix. Hold up. Oh, this color is so cool because of all the beets. Alrighty, now I'm gonna add in the bean puree. Yeah, so since all the beans just like dissolved into the water, we just pushed it all through one of our produce bags. So it was like a fine mesh bag and got the smooth puree in the end. Wow, this is gonna make a lot of burgers, I think. Alright, time for the seasonings. And the soy sauce. Oh, this smells good. Alrighty, time to add the binder. First, I'm gonna add in all the corn flour because I've been wanting to use this up. This is the last of it. I'll just sprinkle it in there. I'll do like half, mix it in, then add the other half. And of course, you could use any flour you have. I think her recipe called for like ground nuts. It's awesome. All right, let's add in some oats then. I'll just put them all in. All right, this is still quite wet, but I think that's all we can do really. So Minimalist Baker recommends forming the patties and then letting them chill in the fridge while you wait for the oven to come up to temperature. Surprisingly, this whole oven tray will fit in our tiny fridge, that's cool. And I'll preheat the oven to 190 degrees Celsius or 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And since we only have enough for like 2 more burgers, I think I'm gonna make these into little balls. They're like little falafel balls instead. Oh no, this doesn't want to fit. Oh, it's because of this. There we go, problem solved. I put in another little half shelf and then have the pepper thing holding this up. So now I'll just let them chill. All right, so the patties and little falafel balls have been chilling for like 20 minutes now. So I'm gonna put them in the oven. Minimalist Baker recommends baking them for 30 to 45 minutes. So these have been in the oven now for 40 minutes. They could go for longer, so I'm just gonna rotate them. This back. And these are still going. Still softish. So these were baking for like 50 minutes. Yeah, they look and smell good. And so I made these very thick. That's probably why they took so long to cook. We'll just let them rest for a few minutes and then I'll flip them over and you can enjoy. I feel like these would be good meatballs for the next time we make pasta. You can just pop them in there because they look just like a meatball. That's really good.
Are they good?
It's not as good as the lentil burger, but it's still good. It's very beety.
Yeah, it's totally different taste.
Yeah.
Kind of looks meaty when you...
It does, yeah.
No.
It's because of the beet blood. Yum. Yeah, I think I just like the texture of the lentil burger better. Although, if I didn't completely disintegrate the split peas, this would have a more like different texture.
Yeah, I think lentils in general have better taste.
Yeah. But this is still good. And then we'll use the little beet balls in pasta tomorrow, I think.